What is up, guys? It's your boy Angel Rodriguez, A2Z, man. We're here with another episode. This one I'm excited for because it's a little different, and he's also new to the podcasting, which I'm very excited for. We have music artist, country boy, Tylor Barret.
Yep, Tylor Barret. I go by TY.
Okay, TY. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, thank you for coming, man. You are definitely different because, to tell you the truth, bro, I don't think I ever really interviewed anybody that's touched really country.
Yeah, there ain't really much people out here in Rockford that
Country rap, I mean. Sorry.
Yeah, country rap. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I'd do some country though if I had to. If I got to throw some boots on and some tank tops and everything, I'll get some country down.
Yeah. No, I mean, don't get me wrong, bro. Growing up, I never really listened to country because it's never really been around the family. But growing up, now that I'm older, I definitely discovered country. And, bro, some of it's badass, bro. Shit.
Yeah, some of it badass. Like I said, I lived down south for a while. So my dad lives down in Missouri, deep in the country. So I come from that type of different world than it is here. So
okay. Before we get any further, bro, so for people's first time on the pod, I definitely like to go back to the origin story, like where were you born, where you grew up, and how was it growing up, and then we get into what you got going on now.
So I was born here in Rockford, actually. I was born here, stayed up here until 2008. I grew up on Park and Horseman on the west side.
Okay.
Right by the Fairgrounds.
Oh, shit, okay.
My life wasn't perfect, Parents were in and out of jail. Once my grandma died, my dad married my stepmom down in Missouri. And I was there until 2014 and been up here since.
Okay. So, I definitely want to take it back a little bit, bro. So, growing up in that area, like, was it like easy? Was it like a little dangerous?
It was definitely dangerous. I mean,
because for people who don't know that area,
that area was dangerous, but it's not as dangerous as it is now, though. Believe it or not, as a kid, as a white kid, I grew up around all that. I mean, I was pretty well known because I was the only white kid that was running around with everybody. So well, and I mean, it was some rough times, I've gotten bullied being white, I didn't grow up with the nicest stuff, like people, but hey,
I mean, bro,
you grow up and
that's
how it is.
Yeah. So did you eventually go to Missouri or?
Yeah, so my dad moved up there in like 2007.
Okay.
At the time, I was staying with my mom's mom. And once my dad got out of jail, he got married and then offered us to come, me and my sister, and we moved down there. And I was there until 2014. Then I moved back here and been here ever since again. So I grew up in Rockford until I was at least 7 or 8.
Oh, okay.
Where I can at least remember, like, okay, I grew up,
Yeah.
And then, like, my middle school and high school years, I was down there, so.
How was the transition from, like, something like Rockford to, like, a place like Missouri, bro?
So imagine coming from a city like Rockford for 150,000 people to a town of 500 people.
Oh, shit, for real, like that?
Yeah, it was the middle of nowhere. You only had McDonald's and Subway to go eat at every day, and 2 gas stations. So.
Oh, shit. Yeah, don't get me wrong, bro. I mean, my past wasn't, like, too much like that. Like, I came from Chicago to Rockford.
Yeah.
And at the time, like, to me, Rockford seemed like a countryside, like, was like small,
Yeah. I mean, you got your parts, like in Chicago. You got the suburbs. You got the folks that are like that too. So
yeah. For me, it was just like a different world. I was heading to a different world, less populated,
Yeah, it's nice being less populated though. I mean, it's nice being in a town of less than 1,000 people. There's not as much stuff going on and there is here, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true, because over there in Chicago, bro, anything can happen to you.
Yeah.
Just depending on the time, place, and whatever. Here, though, I feel like you gotta look for it.
You gotta put yourself in situations for people to do it.
You know, like, fuck with you, like.
Yeah, and I won't lie, I've been in a few situations that I shouldn't have been in, but hey, I learned from it and moved on for it. I don't surround myself around that no more. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
So,
Dude, so how so was it just boring all day every day over there in Missouri, or was there like parties or
oh, dude, they was throwing hella parties. We was men in the woods with bonfires, you know,
yeah,
drinking. They was that's the first time I ever seen like legit moonshine, you know, like
oh shit.
hit like my dad got some friends down there that make it, and it's you take a sip of it and you grow some hair on your chest. And my dad never knew though. Sorry, Dad, when you see this, but we used to take it from him, you know, and go out and drink and be out in the middle of the woods, big bonfire with 50 plus people, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was never. I mean, people fought. People get drunk. You know how people
Yeah.
do when they get drunk. But other than that, it ain't like the parties here. You can't go to. It's hard to go to a good party around here. A lot of people don't like each other. A lot of people. There's a lot of hate in Rockford. That's
Yeah, that's true, bro.
There's a lot of hate in Rockford, and I wish it wasn't like that because a lot of us can come together and make something. So
Yeah, that's true. So you do know? I know we're gonna be like switching back and forth
Yeah.
into topics, but so you do see that, right, bro? Like you see how, like when people try to get together, there's always something negative, or there's always something negative going on. In
yeah, there's
Rockford.
always that one person that's negative.
Yeah,
It's always that one person that wants to be better than the next. Me personally, I just started music. You know, I'm new to the scene, so I'm learning a lot throughout it. But other than that, there'll be a few people that'll get mad at you for doing what you're doing. But me personally, I don't care. I'm still gonna roll on. There's people that like my music. There's people that don't. But that's life. That's how it is when you get into this industry.
Yeah,
So,
that's true. But I definitely wanted to ask you this, bro. So what was the type of music being played in your house, around the house, growing up?
that old school, like Do or Die.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Okay.
you know, like Do or Die, Dr. Dre, all that. I grew up around that. I didn't really get into the country scene until I moved to Missouri, you know?
Okay.
I really grew up around, like, that old, do your chain hang low, you know? Like,
Yeah.
all that stuff was what I grew up around.
And was there like music artists that you got to meet down there, or was it just nobody, whatever was playing?
There was no... They didn't do no type of music. I mean, they had choir, but that's
Okay.
cool. You know, there wasn't nothing like here. So...
Okay.
I mean, if I would have made music down there, it would have been different. But at that time, I wasn't thinking about music. I was balling in high school, played sports, and just did my thing, you know. So
What sports? Football.
football and basketball.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and then when you moved back, what was the reason for moving back to Rockford?
My mom was here.
Okay.
My mom got out. I wasn't supposed to stay, but I stayed, and she got out of jail, prison, and she talked me into staying, and then I've been here ever since. Started a family, just had my first kid. She's
congrats,
born.
bro.
Yeah, so other than that, I just been, living a life, working, taking care of things. So
If you don't mind me asking, if this is too personal, so with your parents, getting locked up,
yeah,
did you have to grow up faster, or did you have to take on
definitely had to
responsibility?
grow up. I mean, I had my grandmother here before she passed away, and she helped with a lot. With me and my sister and a couple of my cousins that were around.
Yeah.
But my mom and dad wasn't around as they should have been growing up. So, I had to grow up a little bit, but I was still able to be a kid too at the same time. So it was nice. But
Did you understand why they were getting locked up, or?
yeah, I was getting, my sister didn't, but I was at the age where it was happening too much. And I was around all the gang violence and the drugs. So I knew
Oh, okay.
where that stuff was coming from. So yeah.
And what's it called? When did you even get the idea, like, I want to do music?
So, believe it or not, shout out to D and Dre, two of my homies. They brought the studio to my garage in my house one day, and I've been around them when they make music. I've been around a lot of music, and just never really was like, oh, let me try it. So, one day we was in the garage, and it was just me and Dre, and he was like, dude, just hop on there, see what we could do. And then I made that How It Goes song, and it kind of blew up, and after that, I've just been doing it ever since. So,
Did you even have practice or an idea how to, like?
no, I just got on the mic and just I said some things that sounded good, and they kept it and kept going.
Okay.
I had no idea what I was doing. I had some help. Dre helped me with some stuff. I didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
So when I'm sitting here going, how it go, he'd be like, "Oh, add this in here." So I added in here. Then other than that, we made the song. Then ever since then, out of the garage, we've been working.
Yeah, dude. Cause see, like that made it sound easy, but like when you actually try to put words onto paper or words on a track or something,
Yeah,
I feel like it doesn't really translate if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, see, and I do have some songs that I wrote down that I still have trouble with. I don't consider myself as just a country artist, like country rap. I'm just an artist because I got some rap songs out. I want to try everything. I want to explore everything. I want to do like like rock or something. You know what I mean? Like kind of like how Lil Wayne did back in like Prom Queen or something. Like
yeah.
I just want to be different because there's a lot of people that try to be the same, and I just want to be able to stand out. Like, oh, damn, Ty over here is doing country, rock, and rap. Nobody else is doing that.
Yeah, because it's always the same rap, trap, the mixture of that.
Yeah, it's always the same. People talking about the same thing, which is okay because some people could do it, but you gotta be different sometimes, man. I don't want to be like everybody else.
Yeah, that's true. Because once I heard your songs, I was like, oh shit, okay, like, because again, bro, like I haven't out of all these names right here, bro, like not really, none of them really touched country.
Yeah, I got a few country ones I'll be dropping here soon that I've been working on. I actually have one with a major artist coming out, SMG Jimmy.
Okay.
He did a song with Jelly Roll, actually.
Oh, shit.
So I got a song I'm working on with him right now, and it's kind of country rap, too. So, I'm trying to stay in that lane. Believe it or not, that lane, a lot of people are successful in that lane, So,
yeah.
Like I said, I just want to... Being different is my top priority. I want to stand out. Like, oh, you go that kid that do country rap. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I want other artists to be like, let's do a song together. You know what I mean? Let me rap on it, and I'll do the country part. That's what I like.
Oh, okay, I see. And is it easy to find studios or producers that can, work with your style?
So, Dre, the one I first started with, he did it for me for the last half a year. Now I'm at shout out Chubbs, he's my producer now.
Okay.
He's working with me on it too. He's new to it, but we both learn at the same time. You just gotta learn your producer while they learn you. So
yeah, because I thought like I feel like if you go to a producer, bro, I feel like any producer can work with it, but I found out that each producer has their own style they can work with.
Yeah. A lot of producers just main one style. So if you rap, it's easy for them to find your voice and be like, okay, let's do it. But, doing a little country rap, you got to do a little bit of singing and rapping at the same time. So...
Do you find that easy or like a little bit?
Honestly, I find singing it a lot easier for me. It's just more like fluid to me where it's easier for me to get out. Like rapping, I still have trouble, I'll get stuck, writer's block, even if it's right in front of my face.
Yeah.
I'll just get stuck and nervous. I still get nervous. I'm still new to the music stuff, so.
Okay, I can relate, bro. I definitely get nervous every time I do a pod, man.
Dang butterflies all the time, man. It just shakes.
Dude, and so with your type of genre, bro, like is it easy to find collabs, or do you feel like you have to kind of like really show people your stuff in order for them to like be like, okay, I want to collab with you?
You know what? It's crazy. When I first did How It Go, I had a lot of people that wanted to collab. And I hate to be that guy, but I'm picky on who I want on there, because if you just get a straight rapper on there, it won't sound good with the country rap. You know what I mean? Somebody that I don't want somebody to come on there talking about slinging guns or slinging dope, and I'm over here talking about hitting back roads, hitting a joint or something. You know what I mean? Like that's two different things.
Yeah, okay. I didn't really look at it that way. I low key thought like you can pretty much get anybody in it.
Yeah, no, you can get anybody on it for if they want to take it serious.
Yeah.
Yes. Like there's a few people that I've got songs with that rap, and we did country songs, and it turned out wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
So like Dre and Not How It Go, that's his first ever being on a country song, and he did phenomenal on it, you know. So it really just depends on your voice and how you come in on it. So
yeah, that's dope, man. What's it called? Yeah, man. Who do you listen to get inspired, or do you really not listen to many people because you can come up with your own stuff?
You know what? It's hard for me sometimes to come up on my own stuff. You know, I gotta listen to a variety of artists. You know, like I said that SMG Jimmy, he does it.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a guy named Adam Calhoun. He's famous for doing it. There's a lot of people in that genre that I listen to, and I try to do the flow. Some of them are hard and some of them are easy.
Mm-hmm.
But I found my flow in it where I can, like I said, sing and rap, and then I just kind of stuck to that and been at it ever since. So
okay. Has your parents, family members listened to your music?
Oh yeah, I'm turned up in Missouri right now. You know, I come from that small town. Everybody's like, "Oh, you finally did it," you know. So
hey, that's what's up.
You know,
bro.
I almost got 2,000 plays on it. I swear, all 2,000 of them are down there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh shit.
It's nice. It's nice. I get support everywhere. You know, but like I said, you get support and then you don't. But hey,
yeah, no.
You do what you love. You know what I mean? I never really thought I was gonna be in the music industry or whatnot, but hey, here I am, and I'm trying to make some noise. So,
as you first starting off, bro, is there anything you're worried about, or anything that you try to plan ahead for, barely starting off with the music?
So, I've gotten booked for a couple shows lately.
Okay.
So that's nerve. That's a new type of nerve, and like, you know, I have 300 plus people watching me at these shows, and it's like, damn, do they like my music? Should I even be doing this? You know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know, honestly, man. It's a different feeling whenever I get in that mode when I'm doing it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's different when people's eyes on you.
It's way different when I done, dude. That's why I could show you some videos of me just looking down at the floor singing my song, not looking at nobody. So,
wait, but you have performed though, right?
I have performed. I have performed at the 5 Bar in Beloit.
Sweet.
Carlito's Munchie Station.
Oh, okay.
We hosted. I and a couple of my buddies hosted a couple shows there. I performed there. I did 2 shows in Chicago recently. And then I got a show coming up March 29th here in town by the same people. So
well, that's what's up, bro. So the first time performing, did you really know what to do, or?
I just got on stage and I heard my lyrics and I just sang out, man. Like I said, I barely looked at the stage. You know, I barely. At the time, I had a couple buddies on stage and they were looking at me, trying to help me. You know, but it was definitely nerve wracking because it wasn't a whole lot of people, but it was a good 30, 40 people. So it was still a bunch of eyes looking at you. But after that one and the second show and people knew my song and they were singing along, it felt a lot better, you know.
Okay. Yeah, because, bro, I feel like nobody really tells you how to really perform. Like, you gotta, like, figure it out.
You just gotta go up there and just do it.
Yeah.
Just whatever you're feeling, just do it. If you can dance it off, you know. I'm not a dancer. If I get up there and dance, I'm gonna embarrass myself. But
yeah, because I've never done music, bro. But like I've been on stage and I've planned before going on stage, bro. And even when you plan, I feel like it doesn't go as planned.
Yeah, and you know I've had a lot of people to be like, "Oh, just go look at yourself in the mirror and sing." That's different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can look at myself all day and sing my songs to be good instead of going in front of a bunch of people doing it. But I've gotten better at it, but the first 2 shows I definitely did have the butterflies and shakes. You know, it's a good nervous, like it's new, like hitting a game winner in a basketball game. Like you hit a half court shot and you're like, oh, we won the game. It's nice. It's nice. So,
what was it? Did it feel different when you performed in Chicago? The environment.
Oh, dude, I actually opened up with King Louis.
Oh, who was it?
So it was I was a different genre
Uh-huh.
and whatnot. I did a couple rap songs I have, It was nerve wracking, man. That's the biggest crowd I did it, and it was at least 500 plus people.
Oh shit, dude.
So it was, and I tried to do my thing where I walked off the stage and sang to people and walked around, trying not to be as nervous.
Mm-hmm.
So, and my wife's there half the time, so if I could see her in the front of the crowd, I can look at her and sing, But if I try to look at somebody else,
Okay.
I can't do it. So she helps a lot too on me not being as much nervous at shows. Yeah. So,
what's it called, dude? So since you barely started making music, bro, like, is it easy? Is it easy to get spots to perform? Because you just barely started. Like, I don't know if you got too much of a catalog, because I only seen your YouTube.
So
videos.
I got the 2 music videos on there, but
Yeah.
I go through DistroKid.
Okay.
I actually have like 4 new songs that are dropped that you can go listen to and everything now. I dropped recently, last week. I was in that mindset of where with my YouTube, I only wanted to drop videos and not just audio, because videos get a lot of views and reactions.
I feel like for music artists, bro, videos are essential, because if it's very interesting, the video, bro, you get more traction.
Yeah, you get more traction, and then definitely more traction in it.
And they get to see your creativity and who you are. I think most of it is just seeing who you are.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, in one of my videos, I got boots on, and people were like, "Oh hell, he's in Rockford doing this with boots on," you know what I mean? So
I was like, "Oh shit, bro, this dude's country, bro. Like, this is different, Like, and I'm also excited, bro, because you get to, tell me and teach me, like, is there really a big difference between being country and just being a regular?
So I can just see I'm dressed now. I still dress, and I'll throw some Jordans on, of course. It's just how I'm feeling. Or I can go rock some boots on. A lot of people know me as coming in with blue jeans and boots on. You know what I mean? Or like just a regular hoodie. But other than that, I don't really base myself much as country, but I am country.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you've seen some country people, they come out and they're in overalls and boots all day long, That's not me, you know what I mean? I still wear streetwear and all that stuff, so I'm into all that and whatnot.
Yeah, no, low key, bro. I thought you were country because of your videos, and now because of your voice, you have somewhat of an accent.
So whenever I first moved up here and we'd have did it, you'd have been like, holy shit, like what the hell? Yeah. I had a deep southern accent when I first moved back here, but I've been up here since 10 years now, so I adapted to everything. So now if I would have made music back then when I had the southern voice, it would have been nice, but
yeah.
I could still bring it out when it comes, but it's really on what type of country beat you want me to get on, or like anything else. So yeah.
Dude, I wanted to also ask you this, bringing it back when you moved back to Rockford. When you moved back to Rockford, did anything change?
Oh, a lot of. So whenever you're asking if once I left in 2008 and then come back,
and then came back,
a lot of violence.
Really?
There's a lot of violence. There's a lot of violence here, man. There was more killings. Growing up as a kid in Rockford. On the west side, there wasn't as much killings. A lot of people fought. Let's go in the middle of the street and fight each other. Whoever wins, get it over with. Nowadays, you can't go fight somebody without someone pulling a gun or it going sideways or something. And it's
that's true.
It's crazy. It's crazy. So coming back in 2014, it was a new being in the country with 500 people all the way until I graduated and came back. It was definitely different, because I got used to that in my older years.
Yeah.
To come back here and be like, shit. We're in the city. I'm in a big city of a lot of shit to do. Now that I've lived here for 12 years and did everything, now the city's boring, It's just...
Yeah. No, that's true, bro. since I've moved here since 2007, bro, I've definitely noticed like a rise in violence. You know, people want to brush it under the rug, but it's like, bro, like it's a big thing.
No, it is, and people don't. I don't know if they don't realize it, just don't want to see it, but it's definitely a big. It's definitely a big problem. And gun violence, and like I said, it's hatred. Life is full of hatred.
Yeah, yeah, bro. That's something I just never got in Rockford, and then I feel weird, or I feel like people don't know what I'm talking about when I bring it up.
Yeah,
It's not like I'm trying to define Rockford as that, bro, but I feel like we can solve problems when we address it.
yeah. If we could address each other without no issues going on, it'd be so much better. So.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's hard to get a group of people to come together and try to change things because there's always that one person that won't agree with you and it just don't go right. So,
Yeah, dude, I always say it's either money, ego, or about a girl.
oh, it's always about a girl. It's always about a girl, dude. I've seen so many people. I don't know if you've seen on the internet lately. I'm not bringing up nobody else's problems, but there's been a lot of people fighting over girls lately, and
Yeah, I mean, yeah, dude. Again, like, I'm not heavy in the streets or whatever is going on, but I just throughout my years, bro, it was always those three things that people always got into it with.
yeah, it's always if you owe somebody money, they get into it. But my number one thing I've seen people get into is the females,
Yeah.
and the females, believe it or not, instigate the shit. So.
I mean, yeah, dude.
I mean,
dude, that should be. It's just, yeah, bro. I don't know. You smoke, bro?
yeah,
Yeah, bro. Dude. So, okay. Again, I know we're going back and forth, but when you make music, bro, so you try not to bring up too much violence in your music, if I can say that. You know?
So I do have a couple. I dropped a song called 100 Rounds. And it was kind of violent, and whenever I grew up, and whatnot, I said some stuff in it. Like I said, I want to be versatile, if that makes sense. I want to be able to be like, oh, he can get on this country song, but at the same time, he can come over here and rap for you and talk about this and that, I'm not the person to come around and be like, oh, I'll pull up with a switch and I switch. You know what I mean? Like, no, I'm cool on that. I want to be that white kid with the boots on. I'm in the city with my boots on. You know what I mean? So,
because, bro, nowadays everybody wants to talk about guns, drugs, fucking bitches.
That's everybody's mental nowadays, man, and it's sad. And I'm 27 years old. I'm getting up to that age where it's not. That shit's not worth it no more, man. Go start a family. Go stay out the way. Take care of your health. Do stuff like that. There's more to life instead of fucking these wannabe bad bitches and carrying guns around or being drug dealers or gang banging. There's way more to life than that.
Yeah, for me, bro, I really like it when people don't talk about. I like it when somebody can make music and not talk about guns. I mean, making money is always a good thing. I mean,
yeah.
And fucking bitches, like, if you can make music without talking about either of those two things, I feel like you're different, and I could fuck with it, bro.
Yeah.
It can be different, like something not norm, but like I'll fuck with it,
a lot of artists will make a few of those. Like I said, I'll make a few of those, but it's not gonna be like that's not my go-to. Cause after a while, once you start talking about the same shit in every song, it starts dying out.
Yeah, that's true.
You have that one good turned up song, like, okay, he's talking about streets, he's talking about guns, all right, nice. And then 4 songs later, you're still talking about the same stuff. People are not gonna want to keep seeing that. You know what I mean? So
I agree.
Being different in the music or anything, being different in anything, will get a lot more attention to you than trying to be like everybody else. Because everybody wants to be from the streets. Everybody wants a bad bitch. Everybody wants money. Who doesn't want money? You know what I mean? Everybody wants to be rich.
And a thing that also hits hard too, bro, is when you don't do that shit, bro. Like, fuck. You're over here rapping about shit you don't even do it. Like, I get it if you're around people that do it and like...
See, and what's crazy with me is like I said, I grew up around it. Yeah. I have family that are deep into gangs still at 40-something years old, still trying to kill people. You know what I mean? But I took myself away from that because I wanted to be different. You know what I mean? I could have been in that. I could have been on the podcast right now telling you, like, you know, I'm about that life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a lot of people mistake me because they see a white kid with a bunch of tattoos everywhere and they think I'm just, actually, I'm the coolest motherfucker you can come and talk to. I don't got no issues with nobody.
Yeah.
Nothing. I really stay out the way and want to do my own thing. So.
Yeah, dude. How do you feel about music, either local or mainstream? How do you feel how music's going now?
Local music is going. I feel like our local music is. There's a lot of talent in this city. There is a lot of talent, and there's a lot of that talent that's not getting looked at.
Yeah.
Because you got bigger artists that are really taking over. Like for example, Asa Millie. Yeah. Everybody knows Asa Millie. And he's cold. He's cold. He can rap. He can sing his ass off. And him being big like that is cool and all. But we got to show more love to these
people that are coming up.
Other people. There's other people that are crazy at it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because I agree with you on that, bro. It's what's it called? I feel like the people that get overlooked are the ones that are not as poppin', and the ones that are getting looked at are the ones that like have a name or I don't know, like they're associated with big names too, you know.
Yeah, there's a lot of big names in that, you know. And me as an artist, I want to work with everybody. It don't matter what kind of genre you do. I'm not gonna charge nobody. We're local. I'm not gonna go be like, all right, you need to pay $500 for a feature. Fuck that. I'm not paying you to get on the song. You live in the same city as me. You work the same 9 to 5 as me. We do the same thing. Why not just collab? And who knows? Who knows if we collab, it might blow up. Then we both are rich. You know what I mean? It's just a lot of people think they're better than everybody else, which I don't think I'm better than anybody else. I might. There's some rappers I may be better than, but at the end of the day, I don't look at you as that. I want to be myself. I want to be great. If I could work with everybody, I'm gonna work with everybody.
Yeah, dude, that's something I never got, bro. Like people that charge crazy amount, but they're still in the same
boat as us.
Yeah.
Like I don't look at myself any different because, fuck, some days are rough for me. You know what I mean? I don't got perfect days all day. You know what I mean? So nobody's perfect in this world, man. You just gotta.
Dude, your process when making music, like, do you need to drink? Do you need to write? Or do you just go in right away?
Believe it or not, I don't drink. I'm not a drinker.
Okay.
I barely smoke. I've been smoking a lot lately. Because it's
better than drinking.
Better than drinking. I don't drink. Half the songs I did, I'm sober. Mm-hmm. And honestly, half the songs I did, I don't write. I just, what comes to my mind that sounds good, I just keep it on there. I got some songs that I'll write down because it's harder for me to try to get it out. But other than that, man, I like being sober while doing it. I can't be fucked up or too fucked up trying to make a song and then it's just, it don't sit right with me.
Okay, I feel it. May I ask why no drinking? Just you're not
So that's one of the main reasons why I moved up here and back up here in 2014. When I graduated, that's the year I graduated. I got into a bad wreck from drinking and driving down and lost my best friend in Missouri.
Oh shit!
So ever since then, I was not a big drinker. I like to be the one that's sober just in case if something was to happen. If I got to take you home,
yeah.
I'm not trying to stay nowhere. I want to get myself home. I want to be able to. 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm sober. Let me drive home. Let me go get a breakfast burrito from McDonald's before I get home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just drinking's cool and all. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I'll drink if I'm at home and I know I'm safe and good, but I don't like being drunk out nowhere. Anything can happen at any time, you know. So
okay. May I ask what was your poison?
What was my drinking?
Yeah, beer, Henny.
Dude, beer. I don't understand how people could drink beer. I know I'm from the country, but that shit is disgusting. That's some piss water. I don't understand. Like I got some buddies down south that would sit here and shotgun 14 Bud Lights. And be lit, and I'm barely getting one down. I'm just not a big beer fan. If I my go-to drink if I go to the bar right now, and if you go to the bars, you have to try it. It's lemonade and Dr. McGillicuddy's, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Cherry.
Okay.
Dude, it's fucking tastes like Kool-Aid. It's phenomenal. I'll go rather get a girl's drink than I would go get some fucking Captain and Coke.
Hey, dude, nah, I totally fuck with that, bro. I don't drink beer because it fills me up. It feels like I'm eating when I drink a beer.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, and then
if I was to drink a beer right now, I'd probably throw up. It's just fucking disgusting, dude.
Yeah, no, it feels like a bitter beer to me. Beer. But yeah, alcohol is my thing. But bro, I don't drink neither, bro. And that's because growing up, I seen my dad drink.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, that kind of ruined it for me. And then not just that, bro. Alcohol tastes nasty and all. Like, don't matter what.
It don't matter what. Like you said, look, y'all can judge me, but if when it comes down to the bar, I'm gonna go grab a female drink before I go grab a Captain and Coke. I need one of them Sex on the Beach that got all the fruit in it, you know, a rum bucket or something. Like
if you can make something that doesn't taste like alcohol and it gets me drunk, I'll fuck with that.
Yeah,
but yeah, no,
you can't drinking it straight. Like Henny, I could drink it straight because that's what I was drinking. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I have to have a chaser. I can't be like,
okay,
I'm a fuck this whole bottle of fucking fit the Henny up and not have no chaser. Hell no, I might have to chase it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that, bro. I can't drink it straight. I need like sugar or something.
Dude, sugar. I gotta have something sweet. Like it's just for my taste buds.
Yeah, and then, bro, growing up too, bro, I seen what alcohol does to a person, bro. Like I don't like it.
Alcohol is what killed my recipe. To my grandma, the one I said that helped me raise. She was a bad drinker on beer, and it ruined her, you know. So
yeah.
My mom's still she's better off the drugs now, but she still drinks, you know. But you can't change everybody, man. You can't make everybody get off that. It's still lingers. So
yeah, dude, that one it's a tough one, bro, because that one could actually kill you if you stop.
Yeah. And if you've been drinking for so long and stop automatically, that it could fuck, you know, your body be so used to it that you need a drink that you can go into shock.
Yeah, but when somebody doesn't like alcohol, bro, it's always because they went through something with it or they knew somebody that went through it.
Yeah. Or it just tastes like shit and I don't want to drink it.
Dude.
Like them people that drink right out of the bottle with Patron with nothing.
Oh my God!
You guys are the devil's child, and I pray for y'all.
Dude.
I'm good on that. Thank you, though.
I'm fucking stoned, dude. What do you like to do, bro? Besides make music, like hobbies and stuff.
So hobby wise, play the video game.
Ah, shit.
I be playing 2K. You know, I be trying to swap my ass off, and you know, but. I really don't go out and do much no more, man. There ain't really much to go out and do.
And that's because you're a dad, right?
Yeah, now I'm a dad. I got a stepson that's 9, and then I had my first daughter last year in October. So that's a whole new type of lifestyle right there. Once you have a kid, it's kind of slow, or just a family in general.
I mean, I'm not a father, bro, but I've had plenty of friends, bro, like that. Change once they had their kid, like not just on their timing, like personality wise.
Personality, I'm still the same.
But now you're more like, oh, I have to take care of this, you know, thing I made. Bro,
yeah, I gotta take care, and you know, money comes before
anything bro.
Else
like,
right now because
like fuck kicking it, bro. Like
because if you ain't got money, you can lose a lot of shit, and
bro, the child you made, bro, like a lot of things can happen to him, her, you know, like medical wise.
Yeah, medical. Yeah, pray that nothing happens to my babies. But yeah, no, it's
you know, like their education you want for them, you know, helping them along the way, clothes, food.
And it's scary for when my daughter gets in her generation because our generation right now is scary. Like it's a lot in this world is scary, but I don't want to know what she has, you know, and I think about that every day. Like, damn, I'm glad she's here, and I'm glad I have a daughter. But at the same time, I feel bad because I brought you into a world that's just
it's getting wilder, bro. Like
shit, our government shit,
like
some cops. I'm not gonna say all cops,
yeah.
But some cops are shit. People are shit. People in general are just shit.
Yeah.
It's hard to find a genuine kick it with somebody.
Yeah, because bro, that's really dying out because, bro, a lot of people put other people through shit that like you really feel paranoid about other people
Yeah.
now, bro. Like
It's hard to trust.
Like I don't know how many times I've heard of best friends not being best friends no more because one of them got jealous or, you know, things got tough and.
You know what's crazy, and I can admit I've been in some situations where I was in the wrong, and then I couldn't admit it back then, but now that I could see it and got my health better and my mental better, I could see it now. But
Is that before or after the father being a father?
that was before.
Okay.
That was
Okay.
before, and
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
a little bit being in the father, but after a while, after you start losing good friends for your fuck ups, you start realizing like, damn, you have to change. You got to change something. You got to change yourself around. You can't be that same person no more. So,
Dude, no, 100% agree, bro. I mean, don't get me wrong. I can for sure say I was never the bestest of friends, bro. Like, I definitely had my cons, bro. Like,
we're human. We all got cons. We're not perfect. And if you're perfect, that's a fucking lie. I mean, I hate to tell you,
yeah,
nobody's
hell
perfect.
yeah. I don't believe nothing's
No,
perfect, bro. Hell
no.
no, bro. And the thing was, why I was not the best friend, I would say was because nobody really taught me how to be a best friend.
Yeah.
And I would see what other people were doing, bro. Like, so let's say we were best friends, and I seen you fuck over people you said were friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm learning that from you,
Yeah.
bro. Like, okay, like we can be friends, and I can fuck you over, and we're still friends, I guess. Like,
Yeah, that's a lot too into that. And then it's more if you got a friend group and somebody in that friend group likes you less than the other person. Some people start following that person like, oh,
because whoever's cool.
I don't like you because he don't like you. Like, damn, we was already cool before he was here. You know what I mean? Like,
dude,
like,
what the fuck?
like what the fuck's going on with you?
And
so
that's happened to me. That's happened. I've seen that happen to others, bro. And like, I be taking that in, bro. Like, what the fuck, bro? Is this really what society is,
it's
bro?
crazy because those are the same groups that you see that be with each other all the time. And you be like, damn, I wish I had a friend group like that. Then a week later, they're on fucking Facebook. I don't fuck with him no more because he don't fuck with him. Like,
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
y'all just cool with each other though? Like,
Yeah, bro. Like,
I don't understand it, man.
and it's nobody specific, bro. Like for me, I've seen it throughout my life, bro. I'm 31, going on 32 this year. So, bro, that had like 32.
Yeah, see, we're older, so we've seen a bunch more shit than the 18, 19 years. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying they haven't been through shit and seen shit, but
of course
we got a little bit more experience because
for sure I can.
Us being 27 to 30 years old, we've had a lot of friends. We had a lot of friend groups that fell out. You know what I mean? It's a way of life. The real friends will stick through you through the bullshit. You know what I mean? Even if you're wrong, they'll call you out like, hey, bro, you're fucking up. I can't be around you for a little bit until you straighten up, and then I'll be back. I'll be around, but I got to be distant for a little bit.
Yeah, for sure, dude. So being honest, bro, that's being a friend. But being like a hater, like instead of like really,
dude, I've had a couple of friends that would hate on certain situations, and it's just like
because it's there's a difference between opinion and advice, or advice and opinion.
Yeah, it depends on the advice though, because they can give you advice, but that advice can be, you can hear it. It really, to be honest, it's really the tone of someone's voice or their like the gestures in their body. Like you can tell if someone's being genuine to you or somebody just like, I really is fuck you, dude. You know what I mean? Like you can really tell somebody's body language if it's true or not. You know what I mean?
Dude, that's something I feel like I have mistakes in sometimes, bro, because I'll mistake genuine sometimes, but it's not. It's
See, but a lot of people like to be genuine the first fucking. It's like a damn relationship. You've been with a girl for 5 years, but the first year is a honeymoon. You know what I mean? That's a honeymoon stage. You guys ain't do nothing. Then after a while, you guys start learning about each other more, and it's like, well, fuck, I don't like you now. You know what I mean? I love my wife, but some days I just want to, give her one of them uppercuts. But I'm not abusive either, though. But I be having them days where it's like,
no, same here. Yeah, especially with my girl, bro. Yeah,
especially when that girl that wants to be up your ass 24/7. I like my personal space too. You know what I mean? Even if we're in the same house and we're sitting on opposite sides of the couch and we're just chilling on the phone watching TV, that's cool with me. You're still in my environment. We're still here, but Yeah, body language in people is my main thing I look at. The way they talk or the body language, because you can, like when I first when I came in here, you were genuine with me, asking me questions. I could feel that. Now if you came in here and was like on some other shit, I'd have been like, okay, like what the fuck going on? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, dude. That's why I always like to give people the heads up, bro. Like, hey, man, like everything I ask you, if it's too personal, like let me know. I can always cut it. You know?
Yeah.
Like I'm not here to bring problems to you or me. It's just I don't know who you are, so like this is the chance to really tell me.
Yeah.
While telling others like this is who I am. This
Yeah.
is how I grew up and shit. Like, and I don't know if I'm doing the best job. So you know.
No,
like,
you're doing wonderful. Like I said, I mean, this is the first podcast I've been on, so you got the first country rapper on your podcast before everybody else did. So it's nice.
Yeah, bro, and yeah, dude, and we went through that whole thing because, yeah, bro, I've seen just people just change when being a father, becoming a parent, bro. You know,
I mean, it's a different feeling. You know what I mean? It was, you know, I had the stepson, you know, and I love him like my own.
I mean, a kid is still a kid, bro.
A kid is, if you don't, yeah, a kid is a kid. You gotta be good around a kid. You know, I'm one of them people that I don't like being around people that are mean to the kids. You know what I mean? Or just hate kids. Because me personally, I love kids.
Yeah.
Being around kids is cool. You know what I mean? I mean, you still got some kids that are bad as shit.
Yeah.
You gotta tell the parents like, hey, you gotta whoop his ass or something. But you know, it's just
low key, bro. I'm scared to be around kids, bro, because they're so brutal, bro.
Oh, dude, my daughter is a year and a half, and I tell you right now, she is not nice. Yeah, she's not nice, man. She learned how to pinch. She bites now. You know, her first word was shit. I don't know if she heard me playing the game. I'm like, oh shit. But she says, oh shit. You know, it's just at times like this, it's okay. You know what I mean? She's a year. She's learning. She's got a lot to learn. But
yeah, dude, like seeing my nephews and nieces grow up, I was just like, damn, bro, y'all bogus as hell. How they talk to you, bro. How they talk to you.
Especially these new kids, these generations, dude. They be telling you some wild shit. Like,
yeah,
back in the day, we used to tell your mama jokes. Now it's some crazy shit. Like, what?
Yeah, bro. A lot of that I feel like is because of YouTube, bro. My nephews be telling me some weird stuff.
That and Roblox. My son plays Roblox, and dude, I swear some of that shit he learns on there is just
I think it might be Roblox too.
Crazy, dude. Like it's some of the shit on it. Like you got 9-year-old boys running around with Ice Spice or something with booty shorts on. You know what I mean? Being weird, like what the fuck? Back in the day, we had WWE. You know what I mean? But it's just it's bro. Crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, dude. Low key, I don't know if I'm happy. Well, yeah, I am happy, bro, because I got to see some weird shit, you know, over the years. The generations, how they changed, bro. Like, and I'm glad the generation I came from, or where I was born.
Yeah.
Because I had sisters that were older. I'm the baby of the family, so
yeah.
I had siblings that were older, and they showed me old stuff as well. And then my dad's old school too.
That's what I come from a family that's old school too. Like I said, I grew up on all that old school stuff. It was nice growing up in the 2000s, you know what I mean? Mm. After it came after 2010s, that's when shit was getting weird, you know what I mean? Yeah. The last 5 years shit's been getting weirder, you know what I mean?
Weird.
It's just, I think every decade it just gets weirder, every fucking decade there is.
Low key though, I never thought I was gonna experience something like a pandemic. That shit was
It was crazy. It was hard. And at that time I was here and I was working at FedEx, dude, and just work, period, was crazy, you know?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. It was nice staying at home and getting paychecks, you know what I mean? But at the same time, we couldn't do shit. And people don't realize that. You couldn't do anything. Walmart shut down at 11 o'clock in the morning, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. That was a crazy time. That was a crazy, crazy time.
Yeah, And then it seems like it's just getting crazier. Like with war, and then and that's something else I want to bring up. Obviously, I don't know where you at with it. Obviously, I'm not a political person. I just watch it, bro, so I can sort of see where we're going. You know, as a whole
Dude,
nation.
anybody we get president or government nowadays is shit.
I know, yeah,
It's shit. It don't matter if it was Trump or Kamala Harris. Either both of them are shit. We ain't had a good president in a long time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not into politics like that, so I can't tell you like, oh, this is what's going on. But the shit that we are allowed to see is shit. Okay, there's some things right now with Trump that's good. Okay, that man not being in women's sports, cool.
Oh.
That shouldn't be allowed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree with
I
that.
understand that, but you got Elon Musk on your side, and he creates cars. Like, what the fuck does he know about taking care of us Americans? You know what I mean? You guys could send us a $5,000 check, and we'd be happy, but that don't change shit. Well, that $5,000 is gonna be gone in a fucking week, cause we gotta get bills paid.
Yeah, and everything's gonna increase. Bro.
Yeah,
if they gave us more money, bro. Like that's why a lot of things are costing more money, bro. Inflation, low key, even though we don't notice, bro. Like it's gone up.
Inflation's bad. Y'all gonna be mad when y'all go to the store one day and a gallon of milk's $7 and like, what the hell's going on? You know what I mean?
And not just that, bro. Like with the food tax, gas tax, the trades of the
everything. People think gas is gonna go down. That's just not gonna go down. You guys see that $3.50? You better hope it stays there, cause with everything, people don't understand. There's a lot of shit going on behind those doors at that White House that they only want us to see the good shit. What's the 50 other bad shit that's going on that we ain't seen? You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
So, like I said, I'm not big into politics, but you got to be dumb not to pay attention to the shit that just don't make sense.
Me either, bro. The only thing why I just keep up is because I try to see what's gonna affect us, the citizens.
Yeah.
Cause I mean, yeah, bro. If dudes trying to tax other countries and the other countries are gonna stop exports, bro, we gotta think that as
dude, half our shit comes from China, or like Korea and stuff, or like different countries.
Yeah.
And that's why we owe China trillions of dollars. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
hey, we get a bunch of shit from them. Yeah, Trump can be like, all right, fuck them, but like you said, inflation, that shit's gonna. Y'all can say fuck all these countries, but when there's fuck all them countries and we're here fucked up without food, certain foods and shit, you know what I mean? It's gonna be crazy.
Because did you know that hand sanitizer wasn't even made in America?
I believe it. There's a lot of stuff that wasn't made in America.
It was made in China.
Yeah.
And when the pandemic happened, we sort of ran out, right? Because we were going through it. We realized we needed more, and it was coming from China.
Oh, everything comes from China, man. Everything.
Yeah, I was like, damn, bro. Like
that's why that little bit when Korea stopped that transportation on ships to us, y'all didn't see as much stuff on the shelves because half the food products come from them countries. You know what I mean?
Yeah, majority of our cars, bro, other countries.
Yeah, I mean.
So if it's the more foreign it is, bro, imagine how much it's gonna cost later on.
Yeah, so if you got money, you can afford a Lamborghini, buy it now. Because I ain't going to be able to buy it.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that shit kind of worries, it worries me, bro, because, you know, how is that going to affect the economy, and then how desperate are people going to be?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So,
it's
scary, bro. And me personally, I went and got my Ford and concealed. Mm-hmm. So I could carry, just because anything can happen. Anything. Yeah, bro, tomorrow we can wake up and there's people flying out of the sky out of airplanes attacking us. Like, what the fuck are we supposed to do? You know what I mean?
Bro, I be thinking about that sometimes, bro. Like,
I ain't gonna lie. I just watched Red Dawn. I don't know if you ever seen it.
Yeah.
I watched it the other night, and ever since then, I'm like, damn, that shit could really fucking happen, man.
Because I feel like if it happened, it was because, you know, its own country is fighting each other. So imagine another country is coming in, and like, it's a perfect time.
Just like the Ukraine and Russia shit.
Oh yeah.
We're right in the middle because we want to fund shit that has nothing to do with us.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with us. Nothing. Why are we working our ass off to pay our tax dollars for people that are killing each other every day? I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, but
no,
they got their own shit. They're killing each other every day. We're fucked up over here. Why can't we get those trillions of dollars that you help us get into jobs or like our health care? You know what I mean? It's just.
Yeah, bro. War sells. Have you ever seen Lord of War or Warlord?
Warlord. Is that when they sell the guns? Yeah.
That one's badass.
Yeah, that's a badass movie too.
Yeah.
It's one of the good. Even movies changed since then. You know, back then the movies back then were fucking great.
Did you notice, or have you noticed that they try to just do sequels and prequels?
Prequels. I mean, look at fucking Fast. Look at Fast and Furious for after Fast 3 or 4. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You should have been done. We're on fucking Fast 12 or something right now.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
And it ain't even about cars no more. It's about fucking fighting action, heist or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just.
It's not being about.
Whenever
cars.
I first watched the first Fast and Furious and they're racing each other in the streets, they don't do that shit no more. You know what I mean?
I liked how they show off the cars and stuff. Like the first ones, bro. It was about cars and like the class, you know. And now
it's just
they just have the latest model.
Vin Diesel and The Rock fighting each other now. You know what I mean? Like
with the latest car and shit. It's like it doesn't really seem.
Like where's that old '69 Charger you had? You know what I mean? Like where's those? Yeah, it's crazy, man. There's a lot of movies that, like you said, got sequels or prequels, or like movies that try to copy another movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So
I feel like the quality has gone down.
Quality has gone down in some movies. I feel like some movies are good.
And
like I don't know if you ever watched Avatar. Did you watch Avatar?
The first one, yeah, not the second.
I watched the second one. It was decent, but it was not as good as that first one. Because the first one was, you could tell they worked hard on that. It took them 3 years to make the movie. You know what I mean? So, like you said, a lot of prequels and sequels and movies are just ass. Even in the music too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You try to remix someone's song 8 times.
Yeah,
that is crazy.
Yeah, dude.
The only person that was good at doing that was Lil Wayne. I'm sorry to tell you that, but
yeah, that's true, bro. I didn't know that people sampled older music. Like
so the samples are good as long as you can get on that sample and make that sample good. Mm-hmm. You're good. But if you go on that sample and make a shit, I mean, people are gonna let you know what shit. We live in a generation that if your music shit, motherfuckers gonna tell you it's shit.
Yeah, that's true.
And I've had people tell me that, but it's the criticism that I like. Mm-hmm. It makes me want to get better. Okay, you told me that shit. Maybe my next song will be better. You like it, you know what I mean? Mm. So.
And how do you select your beats, bro?
You know what? I find a lot of beats on YouTube. Mm-hmm. But the new producer I go to now makes beats.
Okay.
So the last couple recent ones I did was on his beats that he made. But I really, like, if I can't sleep at night, I'll put my headphones in, my AirPods, and then just listen to beats. And if I can find one that's nice, I'll try it.
What's your type of vibe? Like, does it have to be low vibe, high vibe? Does it have to have an 808?
I just did a song called Running Man. Mm-hmm. It was on a BIGXTY, the plug type of beat. Mm-hmm. And it was higher for me, you know what I mean? It was a faster rap, you know what I mean? But I like melody raps. I like the slow, not like slow, but decently slow enough where I can get on that motherfucker and it sounds good, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I definitely rock with the lower vibe stuff, bro.
All that yelling, like back what we were talking about earlier, all that back yelling about guns and shit, bro. That it's cool to listen to that shit, but a lot of people will listen to it a few times and then you got to be in the mood to listen to that. Half the time when I'm like the music shit, like Kendrick Lamar and Drake, I hate to say it, but I'm not a big fan of Kendrick. He's got good music, but if I'm taking a road trip, I'm listening to Drake. Everybody listens to Drake.
Yeah, no, same here.
Everybody listens to Drake. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, same here. That I listen to both, bro. Like, I
like the I like the older Drake, the older Kendrick. You know, whenever he swimming pools or like that was a good Kendrick. Yeah, like he got his songs he make now are catchy. You know what I mean? But the music, another thing about the music, if you got a catchy song and it catches the right attention, that shit will blow up.
Yeah.
And half the shit people be saying in songs, it'd be like, it's catchy, but it don't make sense either. You know what I mean? But the shit that don't make sense is the shit that people be like, oh damn, okay, this is nice.
Or that it's attached to something negative. I noticed.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep. If you put negative in a song, it's more likely to blow up. Like I said, I've seen some rap beef lately on Facebook, back and forth with a few people, and this shit blew up. Yeah. Because it's rap beef. People love to see the drama. People are all about drama nowadays. I could go on Facebook right now and diss everybody and blow up, and then I will go drop a song and only get 1,000 views towards that 40K I just got. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just want to see you or somebody get into it, fight on Facebook or do something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I like the music. I just don't like it when it's attached to something negative, especially if it's another person. You know, like
Yeah, I don't have no. I had that little moment where we was doing it for Facebook, but I had a couple friends and we was just going back and forth with some videos dissing each other, but it wasn't nothing like fuck you for real, you know what I mean? We just trying to get seen a little bit, you know, back and forth, talk a little boo boo boo, but
do you feel like it's easier to do it that way or than to like do it in a positive way where it's just like
so like it's really like the songs we made were funny, you know what I mean? I'm talking about my homie's hairline. You know what I mean? Like, your hairline's on, bro. Why are you talking to me? You got a big ass head, or like, you know what I mean? We made it where it was positive but funny at the same time. Instead of me going there like fuck you or fuck your family, I hope you get hit by a bus. You know what I mean? Like that shit's not cool. You know, I don't wish bad on anybody.
Yeah.
Unless you did bad to me, then I'm gonna wish bad on you. But other than that, it's just
because bro, again, I feel like that's the only way to really push stuff further nowadays is doing like bringing negative attention and then dropping music or doing whatever, because if you guys just try to do it in a positive way, it's going to take longer because a lot of people
like that negative shit. It's always the negative shit that gets looked at.
Yeah,
it's always drama. If it has anything to do with drama, if somebody's naming it, people are going to notice it.
Yeah,
and it's sad that it's like that, but that's the world we live in. A lot of young kids like that shit. You know what I mean?
Young or older, bro. Shit, everybody somewhat wants to see.
Yeah.
Because again, I didn't pay attention because I didn't pay attention, bro. I only listen to the music because the music is something I love, bro. Like the other stuff, I'm not into that. So when I listened to music, it was dope. It's just every time it reminded me of somebody else in a negative way. It's just like it kind of takes me out of it,
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully it changes. Hopefully people can just drop music and everybody just either they like it.
You don't just like I said. I got a message for our artists, local artists. Keep making it, even if it's a city's not paying attention to you. Somebody outside of the city would notice you. There's a lot of people outside of other cities that notice you, like your music. You're going to have, people got to realize you're going to have people that don't like your music, that don't like you just because you make music and you shouldn't be making music. Just whatever you guys are doing, just like you with your podcast. You love doing this, so you're going to keep doing it. If you love the music, let's keep doing it, man. I mean, what's stopping you? We got so much free time in this world.
Yeah.
Just go do something.
Yeah.
So
it just sucks though, because that Rockford holds like so many people, but then like it doesn't reflect when you post or do something. Yeah, it don't.
I have 5,000 followers on Facebook. I don't get that much view on there. Most of them are from Rockford. Mm-hmm. Like I said, if I go post something negative, it'll blow up. But yeah, so
yeah, dude. So we did hit that hour, bro. I don't know if there's something you want to talk about or bring up. Like music projects, videos, or.
So I do got, like I said, I do got something coming up with S&G Jimmy. Mm-hmm. He did a song with Jelly Roll recently. Got a couple million views on it. I just did a song with him called Devil Eyes. So it's more in the country rap again. But like I said, my first podcast with him. Appreciate you having me.
Yeah.
Like it. Hopefully we could do it again.
Yeah.
Whenever I got more music out and we come back and relive it again. So, yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. So I definitely appreciate you. Until then, links all down in the description.
Yeah,
definitely.
links. I'll send him the other link of my other music going on because my newer music won't drop on my YouTube. I use my YouTube strictly just for my music videos.
Mm-hmm.
So when I go through DistroKid, they got it on a separate YouTube. So I'll send him the link too so he can see it. But yeah, my music's on all platforms: Spotify, iTunes, anything. So you guys give me a check.
Yeah, and just like that, guys. Just stay tuned and stay safe.
Yep. See you guys later.